live. Welcome to game number 3 for Skate Around 6, day 1. Today we have a special exhibition game, so it's not a part of the actual tournament. It's an exhibition game between Namur C team, the Parpaings. Yeah. And Amiens roller derby. So Namur will be playing in blue, and Amiens will be playing in white.
Indeed.
I am Dark Pistol, by the way.
I am Hard Limit.
And let's go with the rosters. So we have, I'm sorry, it's the Namur B team, not the C team. So it will be 0-0-0, Buzz Fighter, 1-6. Spady, 2-4, Aline, 3, Goldilocks, 5-0-0-0, Lethal Culotte, 6-4-9, Hématome, 8-8, Burt, 9-1-2, L'Inévitable, 9-9-9, Corinne, 1-4-5-6, Nana Whoop, 1-8, Queen Vicious, 2-8, Hacking J, 4-2, Just Flemme, 5-6, Belzébuth, 7, La Meule, 8-8-0, De Boule, and 9-9, Toxic Lady. So.
And yes, for Amiens, we'll be having 0-4, Scopalami. Oh, that's a bit confusing. My list says 0-4, Babet Sit here. But apparently that is, we'll be playing as Scopalami.
No. Actually, I would say that the screen is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like this is incorrect, so go with the screen.
Yes, I'll forego my sheet. But I have 20 seconds to rattle them off. That will not be enough. So Margot Fast, Albertino Lalouve, Luca, Gouliette, Crible, Babet Sit here, Floc Sessia, Mega Tuning, Pat Patrouille, Pacu, Surimi, and Apocalypse. And
we're
30 seconds.
Off. We have the 30 seconds going. So I actually have like a few things to say about Amiens and some of the other skaters. So I'll, because I did get them to send me a bit of information. So
lovely.
We'll be able to share that during the game. But first, the first thing I wanted to say is Paku. That actually means miam or yum in Japanese. And so it comes from Pac-Man. So, and that's one of the things that they love is Japanese stuff and manga, etc. So we've got our first jam going. Namur Parpaings are fighting their way up. Their jammer is Goldilocks.
Indeed.
And Goldilocks has gotten lead. We have Margot Fast from Amiens, who is still trying to fight their way through the back of the pack.
Indeed, that Namur tripod doing excellent work there.
Looks like they have to have taken off their star, so number one-on-one, look for a star pass. Their pivot is way up at the front, though, so it's not going to be right now.
Indeed.
All right, so Goldilocks is actually pushing their way through the inside and tried to get away with getting around a number 922, wasn't able to. They got a cut penalty, so that is going to be a 2-minute jam for us.
Yes, and a power jam at the moment for Amiens.
And that was
Namur is doing an excellent job of playing defense, despite Amiens having the capability of doing full offense. Their jammer is still having quite a lot of trouble getting through.
Yeah, so it does look like it's a nice little tripod that they've got going on there. All 4 of their blockers are at the front, given the fact that it is a full defense jam, something that, you know, a jammer never likes. So that means that our poor number 101 is going to have to fight their way through. Their name is Margot Fast, which is, again, another, I love the play on words here. So Margot Fast. Go fast?
Indeed.
Margot fast.
Yep.
But Margot's slow right now.
Indeed.
So sorry, you're going to have to get used to my really bad jokes. I do them all throughout this stream.
I love it.
Goldilocks has not found the just right seat and is now sitting in the hot seat, which is the penalty box, again during this jam.
That is...
That's tough because they were lead jammer, so that means that what they were going through was they did an initial pass, they did a scoring pass, but they had to go to the box, then they came back out, then they had to try and do their scoring pass again, then they went back to the box. They end up with the 4 points at the end of the day, but they also end up still sitting in the box.
Indeed. And 2 penalties in 1 jam, that is, well, that'll add up quickly.
Well, especially if it's in jam number 1.
Yes.
I think that's a bad sign for now, but you know what? There may just be shaking off some of the nerves. So let's go into jam number 2
Yep.
with a whole new view on things. So we
Indeed.
have Loka from Amiens, who is on a power start. That means that Amiens gets to do full offense and Namur gets to do full defense. So far, I see the defense.
Yes, but Goldilocks is back on track.
Oh, already. Yep.
Yes.
Goldilocks is already back on track.
Wait.
On the inside, going back to the
And-
outside. It looks like our friend Paku,
Yes, and there we go.
the yummy Japanese skater, is actually not able. They did do some good blocking, but not able to hold it through. So that means that
Yes.
Goldilocks has gotten through for their initial pass.
Yes.
Because they came out of the box and there was no initial for number 4-3 for Loka Loka, that means that now we have a lead jammer as Goldilocks again. So Goldilocks is on their scoring pass. And it's still initial for Loka Loka. And what has happened now? What happened to Loka Loka?
I have no idea.
They're going to the box. I
was
know that.
too focused on Goldilocks. Yeah, they seem to be having some trouble getting through. And just as I say that,
Yeah, Goldilocks
another scoring pass.
is able to score 4 points and is also lead jammer. So that means that they are controlling this jam, even though they did come in out of the box.
Some nice offense from Namur.
Yep, from number 2-8 Hacking J.
Oof, there's so much going on right now.
Just to be clear, one of the reasons that there's so much going on is because we have both walls that are kind of on each other. This often happens when it's a power jam because you've got one team playing offense, the other team playing defense, and so they get all mixed up, and it kind of gets hard to untangle things. But it looks like our friend Goldilocks is finally able to go back to Mama Bear and Papa Bear on the bench.
That's
Yeah.
indeed getting some well-deserved rest.
Yes, because that's 2 full 2-minute jams that they
Indeed.
just did.
Yep. And yeah, I've been there. That can be exhausting.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We're only made for short bursts. All right, so we have jam number 3 starting Namur B with Hématome and Al Patino, who is the jammer for Amiens, number 1312. They got lead jammer. It was awarded, but then they got a cut penalty.
Yes. No, that looks like a multiplayer.
Oh, no, but here's the thing is there's a cut penalty.
And a multiplayer.
A cut penalty on El Patino, and then a multiplayer on number 642, which is
Brilliant.
Hématome.
So, yeah. this is
So
one of
what do
those
we have?
Rare occurrences where both jammers are sent off at the same time, sit down at the same time, and therefore released at the same time.
But what we end up with is a 2-minute jam. Because
As well, yeah.
regardless of whether or not the lead was called or not, and I'm starting to doubt myself
Yep.
because it may have just been a penalty being called
Yes.
and not lead being called. You've got both jammers who went to the box, so both jammers can no longer have lead.
Indeed.
And when they come back in the same jam.
Yep.
So that being said, number 642 has been able to get through Hématome, has been able to get through for a scoring pass. This is going to be a 2-minute jam, so they're going to have to just try and rack them up. A lot of what happens in a 2-minute jam is penalties. Number 13, Floxasaigne, has gone to the box. Floxasaigne.
Floxasaigne?
Floxasaigne, I know that Sasaigne means it bleeds. So it's quite a funny name. I really like it. So they're going to the box. A lot of penalties can happen in a 2-minute jam. Part of it is just trying to stay slow, stay calm.
Yes.
Both of these jammers are going to have to survive it. It looks like Namur was able to score 12 points in that jam. Amiens
Impressive.
got 0.
Yes. Well, we will see if Margot Fast can make a change to that.
Margot Fast.
Indeed.
Margot fast or Margot slow, but Margot.
Yeah, indeed.
It kind of also sounds a bit Dutch with the
Margot?
Margot.
It might also be my pronunciation.
No, but I feel like we could play with it.
True.
So Mar is going one way or the other, and
Indeed.
L'Inévitable is the Namur jammer who is coming through as well. We have number 999 along with number 16 and number 7 for Namur Parpaings, and they are making an excellent wall.
Yes.
It looks like, a bit of a turn there. It was a bit dangerous, but it did work out for them.
Indeed. Oh, but Namur coming through. 912, getting lead.
So we do have a lead jammer status, but that does not stop Margot from going. And they do get out for their initial pass while 912 comes in for a scoring and is able to get through everyone. Now I'd like to see what kind of happens. And
a penalty.
That's why I kept my mouth shut, because I kind of saw it.
Yes.
A little bit of a cut penalty on the inside line when Inévitable was doing the Inévitable.
And look at Margot go.
Yep, Margot is going, and Margot is going to get points as well.
Indeed.
Which they seem very happy about. I love to see a jammer with a big old smile coming around the track.
And rightfully so. It's the first points for Amiens.
Oh, absolutely. This is the first points in 4 jams.
Yes.
So, we're already 9 minutes into this period because we had 2-minute jams. So it's significant, even if it is jam 4, that Margot would finally be scoring some points for Amiens. It may just have been the time that Amiens needed to be able to get into the game. Inévitable is doing the Inévitable for them, and they are getting through on that inside line, something that they really like, apparently, because they've done it at least twice. They're able to rack up points then. They came in from the box, so as I said, they had that cut penalty, so they come in from the box, they have to go back through the pack one more time to be able to re-earn their points.
Yes.
Oh, what happened? I didn't see it.
Same. I was trying to look at the screen, see what was going on in that pack, but yes. We may never know.
We may never know. So we've got Namur lining up Goldilocks and Amiens lining up Loca Loca. They have Pat Patrouille on the track, and I really love that name as well. Pat Patrouille.
Pat Patrouille.
Yeah, it's a play on words, and Pat is like Patrick or Patricia or Patrice or whatever, and patrouille means patrol, like
of course,
like a patrol. Yeah. But it sounds like when you say Pat Patrouille, it sounds like there is no pas de patrouille.
Gotcha. I mean, my French is horrendous, so any French puns are completely lost on me.
I'm sure it's fine.
I'm very grateful for you too.
Thank you. We've got Goldilocks, who has gotten lead jammer, but you'll see Loca Loca hot on their trail.
Yeah.
It looks like. Do you think they got a point?
Just the one.
Just the one.
Yeah.
All
just
right.
get those hips behind one set of hips and call it off.
So that gives Namur one more point for this jam. The score is 31-8 with still 19 minutes left in the in the half. I'm sorry. This is not football. This is not American football. So we play halves.
And we're off.
We got Namur B Hématome skating against Al Patino. Yes. Al Patino from Amiens. Again, another excellent derby name. Oh, that was a great hit.
Yes. And to get lead with that as well.
Yeah,
that was lovely.
Showing the resilience of a jammer. You know, jammers aren't just there to be pretty and skate fast. They're also very strong. Al Patino calls it off after scoring all 4 points. Excellent job.
Indeed. Got through that tripod. Lovely. I love to see it.
So Al Patino, again, that's another play on words. Al is based on their name, which is Allison. And patino is in French, patin, means to skate. And so if you take Al Pacino, Al Pacino.
I mean, I got the Al Pacino reference.
And then put the patino. That's a really clever one.
Indeed. I mean, it has layers. That's good.
It has
I
some
like that.
layers.
Yeah.
It's really good. And when I asked them what animal represents Amiens, they said it's a Labrador. They're just always happy to be there.
Yep.
So apparently Amiens is just like a Labrador, always happy to be there. I love that. I love Labradors. They're my favorite. So some other things about Amiens. Amiens is just on the outside of just on the outside of Paris. They are in France. Amiens has, and these are the Zins Infernales that are playing today. They're a very old team. They've been around for a really, really long time. I believe that this is probably, if this is the Zanzan, then this is probably their B team. And I know that their A team has been doing really, really well in French champs. So always a team to watch, really fun people, and a really nice city.
Brilliant.
It's actually very, very cute.
Lovely.
All right, we've got the 5 seconds. So we've got Amiens with Margot Fast and Namur with L'Inevitable jamming. What's going on?
And the inevitable.
Has done the inevitable again.
Indeed.
But Margot is fasting.
Indeed. Margot certainly going.
Yep, Margot is certainly going. And we've got Pat Patrouille. That is definitely making a patrouille. They're making a patrol. Very nice hit in the front, trying to get their hips in front. So
Indeed.
I don't know if they avoided getting the points, but you can tell that not all points were scored by Namur. Only
Indeed.
3 instead of 4.
So good job on Amiens' defense.
Well, absolutely. So I'm going to go ahead and log into YouTube so I can see any of your comments if you're there. N'hésitez pas si vous êtes des francophones, si vous êtes d'Amiens, si vous êtes d'Amur et vous voulez interagir sur le live stream avec moi, n'hésitez pas parce que je suis là en tant que francophone. Même si vous me connaissez, je suis d'Arpista, je suis américaine, c'est pas ma faute. Next jam.
Yes, I.
Go for it. So sorry.
No, I mean, I would add to that, but I got none of that.
Oh, so sorry.
That's all right. I mean, our French people do need. Oh.
Yeah, I was just telling actually our French viewers to please interact with us on the chat.
Gotcha.
So I wanted to make sure that they knew that they could interact with us. And it looks like number 4-3. That's Loca Loca. If I remember my numbers correctly, they're going to the box. And they did a back block.
Yes.
Back block is the bane of a jammer's existence. Quite often they are coming into the back of a pack and they have to avoid hitting backs. It's very difficult.
Yep.
So Goldilocks is coming through for yet another scoring pass, but this time it is with a power jam situation. Goldilocks definitely knows what power jam situations is from this game.
And apparently hardly needing any offense from their team. Yeah, they went through that just like butter.
But I do think that their team is doing a good job of being in the right place, like kind of grouping up, because that can sometimes just by being in the way help you get through.
And make an excellent point. Distract them.
And we have the pack in the front. Goldilocks was able to push that pack out into the front. That had that one offense. The pack was in the front. That also meant that there was, it was stringing out in the back. But the Namur skaters were able to get back into it, even though I heard that, if there was a possible out of play or no pack situation, they were able to scooch back up, bridge back up, and make sure that they were able to keep that other jammer in the back of the pack. So 12 points for Namur and 0 for Amiens again. So do want to remind you, we are looking at the chat on the stream, and if you want to interact with us, please do go ahead and send us any messages that you might have. We would love to talk to you. Want to remind you also that Roller Derby live stream is providing you this stream for free. We would like you to interact with us, to definitely subscribe to the channel if you can. Make sure that you smash a like on there, and you can also provide monetary support if you would like in the form of a super thanks.
That was intense.
What happened? I was talking about other things.
We had the Amiens jammer being lead, closely chased by Namur, and just in the corner there, the Namur jammer fell. So allowing the Amiens jammer to score the 4 points.
all 4 points.
Yes, and then quickly call it off before Namur was able to recuperate.
And that was very important for Amiens because Amiens is 16 points and Namur has 46. So, si on regarde bien, Amiens est en train de reprendre un peu de l'élan. Ça se regroupe bien à l'arrière. Et voyons que l'inévitable va en prison. On a toujours la possibilité, si le lead n'a pas été sifflé, et j'ai bien raison, alors ça veut dire que numéro 1, 0-1, Margot vite autour du track, et Margot marquait les points en tant que lead jammereuse. I had to do that because I definitely had Amandine that is interacting on the chat. Allez,
yes.
allez Amiens. It looks like Margot to the ground as well because because they were a little tired from all of that excellent jamming.
Indeed.
They scored 4 more points for their team, so
Yep.
we are at 46-20.
So, yeah, it's a close game. I like that.
It is a close game, but I always say that like, you need to be careful whenever you look at the scores because
Oh, yes.
46-20 is very, very close.
Yeah.
It's nothing. It can change in a jam.
Yep, exactly.
So we've got number 4-3 for Amiens, Loca, who is coming around the track while l'inévitable sneaks in from the box and gets lead jam.
Yep. That is...
Loca pushing through a very difficult wall. That Namur wall is reforming constantly around Loca. So every time they think they've got a little space, they don't. Not only that, it seems like they're dedicating all 4 blockers to defense because l'inévitable does not need it.
Seems to be doing fine on the...
That being said, Aline, number 24, is going up for offense, but didn't actually do any. So it seems fine. All right. Here's the thing, is that they were told that they could get back on the track, and you could see l'inévitable didn't really trust that, but went ahead and did it. I'm glad that they did. They were right. They were correct. It was a no pass, no penalty. So that means they scored 3 points.
Yep.
Or maybe they scored 4 because they might have legally passed that person prior to that particular part.
Looks like they did because, yeah, we have a multiple of 4.
We have multiples of 4s, yes. I try not to worry about it too much because it's not my job. I get to sit here and talk about how pretty roller derby is to watch.
It's very true. Me personally, I love me some stats, so yes.
Stats are fun, but because we're announcing, we don't have to be right. We can be wrong. And we can go, oh, I made a mistake. Oh, well, it's not my job.
Oh, and we have 13.
So that's
points.
a 13-0 for Namur. So they are really racking up the points on these jams.
Yep.
But again, that could go the other way really easily.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Yes, there's some excellent jammers on the Amiens team as well.
yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah. We will see.
Yeah, so you have Goldilocks coming in on the inside like nobody was there. And there was somebody there, I guarantee.
And a very quick star pass of him, yeah.
Oh, nice star pass.
4577, donning the star.
That's Baku. That's yummy in Japanese that I was telling you about. And because they're coming around quickly, because that star pass happened quickly, that means that Goldilocks was only able to come in for 1 scoring pass. And that means it's only 0 points.
So Amiens' defense was on point.
They were able to keep their hips in front. That's a very, very good deal. So it's 59 for Namur and 20 for Amiens with 9 minutes and 53 seconds left in this first half, which has gone by super quickly. I think it's because nobody's taking any timeouts. So I'm like, oh no. There have been no timeouts, no official reviews.
Just
so
one, but yeah, still.
They're just here to play.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was one official review, but nobody ever told us. Oh, 1 timeout, but nobody ever told us what it was about. So that's fine. And maybe we were talking about something fun, and so I didn't realize it.
Fair. Yep.
Hématome for Namur has gotten through with the lead jammer status, while Margot Fast is pushing against the back of that very solid Namur wall. But
and
is
there
able,
goes.
they were able to scoot their way around on the
Yep.
inside in a very kind of tricky way. I was very impressed with it.
Indeed.
Very, very good. But Namur was able to score all 4 points.
Indeed. Good job, Namur. All right. I was a bit distracted by trying to come up with a good Margot go. Pun.
Oh, I mean, you know, the puns will just come. They just have to come naturally.
Indeed.
I don't know. Maybe you have to. I'm a parent, so you know. I feel like I have just like natural dad joke energy.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So we're on jam number 14, and l'inévitable does the inévitable with their rainbow knee covers and gets through on the inside line. So they either take the inside straightaway, outside straightaway, and then after that you've got Loca Loca, who is able to make it through and chase down to try and avoid too many points being scored. So we'll kind of see when the call comes. I can hear the coach yelling.
Yes, but that is at least 1 point for Amiens.
Maybe. We don't know. We're not there.
Fair.
We have to be careful.
That is true. That is true. I mean,
people will
apparently
start
we
to
can be
believe
wrong.
us.
Ah,
Yeah, but
fair.
people will also start to believe us and go, oh, no, the announcer said. We don't know what we're talking about. We're not there. We don't know.
and then I'll hedge. From where I was sitting, it looked like at least one set of hips was passed.
It looks like maybe they might be scoring points.
Perchance.
And it also looks to me like that's the exact same thing that l'inévitable is doing, but l'inévitable has found themselves against quite a wall. It seems like Amiens has been able to reform, recycle.
Indeed. Looking increasingly tired, if I say so myself. Which, yeah.
Which makes sense when you have to
Understandable.
fight.
Oh, I mean,
I mean, it's not easy getting through these walls, their bodies,
and
strong ones at that.
yep.
Oh, and then we've got that outside straightaway again, one of their favorite things to do. And I believe that they decided to call it. I'm not sure whether or not that's the decision of the bench or if that was the decision of the jammer, because quite honestly,
Yeah, I would want to break after all that. And it does look like Amiens scored 3 points.
oh, Amiens was able to score 3 points on that,
Yes.
which is what we thought. They were scoring some points,
Indeed.
and they were.
Yes.
We were correct.
Excellent.
Very
Good job,
good.
us.
We know what we're talking about,
Yes.
kind of. At least we're nerdy enough to be able to talk about roller derby while watching it for at least an hour,
Yup. Yeah.
which is the point.
Indeed.
All right, so we've got a bit of a timeout. It looks like to me, I'm trying to look at the jam timer to figure out whether it's really a team timeout. It might just be the scoreboard telling us that. It might actually be an official timeout because you have the have the NSOs talking to each other. I said this in the last game, and I would like to reiterate it. It is very important that the NSOs be able to check things to make sure everything is accurate. And so what do? We separate them and no talkie. No talkie. And so every once in a while, they're like, we have time. We can talk to each other and check our paperwork. That has to be exactly precise or
Compare
else people...
clipboards. Yes.
I must compare my clipboard to your clipboard.
Indeed. Well, it is good to know that everyone is pointing in the same direction.
Well, we would hope so. We would definitely hope so.
There we go.
It looks like we're back, and I believe it was either a team timeout or an official timeout. It was a team timeout. Amiens took their second team timeout, so
I can imagine.
they will only have one left for the next half. Those don't replenish. So just so you know, you got three timeouts for a whole game.
2.
Yes. Trust me, I'm a bench coach.
All right.
And then your official reviews, you get one for the first half and one for the second half. If you win your first one, you get another one.
El Patino. Breezing on through.
Al Patino is lead jammer.
Yep. And Goldilocks, well, not right on their heels, but getting out reasonably
Quite close.
fast as well. Yeah.
Al Patino coming in for their scoring pass. It looks like Amiens skaters are trying to help them out, see if they can get them some points. And Albertino does decide to call it off before Goldilocks is able to come in and steal any points of their own.
Yep, but they cobbled together 2 points regardless.
Well, a 2-0 jam or 1-0 jam is still a jam that you won.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the most important thing. Or I think it is. When it comes down to it, sometimes score differential is just about who won more jams.
Yeah.
You know? So if you get one more point than them every time, you will win the game.
Exactly. And we have Margot fast going, Mar going slow, slow but steady.
Margot Mar. And then Emma Thom for Namur Parpaings, who is able to make it through and get lead jammer.
Yes.
They're coming in for their scoring pass now, following number 5-6, Lizebut. I think that's what their name is. I know it's Zebut or something. This one's incorrect.
Indeed.
We're not going to look at it because, it's Belzebut.
Belzebut.
Belzebut. I get it.
Another French pun?
Yeah, like Belzebub,
Yeah.
but Belzebut, like the boots.
But
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to see if they had given me some more information about their derby name, but they hadn't. I'm waiting for some of the others because I have a lot for Lille as well. So we have Inévitable and Alpatino on the jammer line, fighting through what looks to be a much more solid defense presence by Amiens, trying to reform themselves in the front, allowing 1-3-1-2 Alpatino to get lead jammer.
Indeed.
This would be one of the few jams that Inévitable has not inevitably gotten lead.
Indeed.
So Alpatino going in for their scoring pass is able to make it all the way through, but Inévitable makes it through as well. That means that they have both scored 4 points, and I believe Alpatino is wondering whether they can't try and score maybe one more point by coming in through the pack right now and getting their defense together. And it looks like it actually did work out.
Yeah.
It looks like they have gotten more points. Ooh, that was a really nice hit from number 16 Spady, causing the jammer, causing a blocker to run into the opposing jammer, which is quite smart if you can use if you can use their own blocker against them.
That is always a lovely feeling. But apparently they're choosing to run it.
They are choosing to run this jam, and they have one scoring pass more.
Yeah.
So if I'm not mistaken, they should have more points in this jam. Amiens should than Namur. But then when it comes down to differential, I'm looking at them, it's 4 more points. So when it comes down to differential, 8-12 is actually 4-0.
Yep.
It's 4-0. But it does like your body good to go, I scored 12 points.
Yes.
Goldilocks and Margot Fast.
Indeed. Goldilocks doing the usual thing.
Yep, up that straightaway on the inside, and they got through and couldn't even believe it.
Yep.
They couldn't believe it themselves. They were like, I just got away with something, but they didn't. They did it perfectly correctly.
And Margot Fast going fast.
Margot Fast getting out of there actually with a lot of power. It looks much more aggressive than some of the jams that they've been doing earlier. But Goldie is still able to get all the way through the 4 opposing blockers and score 4 points. So 91-37 for Namur, 1 minute 57 left. So we're nearing halftime. It's quite a big score differential, but it's also something that could flip on its head.
Indeed, very true. And it could very well be that Namur is expending all their
energy.
I was thinking of a Dutch phrase, which doesn't translate as well. They're expending all their gunpowder.
Oh, all their gunpowder, yeah. That's a really weird phrase, especially.
It works better in Dutch.
It sounds like something that would come from my home state of Texas.
I mean, They're big on guns, are they?
Yeah, they're big on guns. All right, so we've got we had Hematom and Loka Loka who were on the line. Hematom went to the box for a penalty. So we have Loka Loka who has been able to make it through for their initial pass, gain that lead jammer status, and is now coming through with full offense, trying to get all of those points. This is very important for Amiens, especially when it comes to going out of the half. If they can get out of this half with maybe a few more points than they had before and maybe bring up the momentum, this might be something they could capitalize on for the second half. So Loka Loka, even though Loka Loka has not called it yet, they're thinking of all the points that they've already gotten and whether or not it's enough, they decide to call it. And I'm not sure, but Hematom may have stolen.
Yes.
Hematom was able to steal 3 points.
Indeed.
Yeah, you'll see. I know that they did, but I say, and
Me.
I don't know, maybe, let's see.
Yes. I mean, some
you
hedging
know.
is always a good one.
I have to. We have to, because
Fair.
quite honestly, we have a really good view of the game, better than anyone else. We have the screens in front of us with all the camera angles, plus we're looking straight down the jam line.
Yep, that is, yep.
But technically, we can see a lot. So we've got L'Inévitable and Al Pacino coming out. L'Inévitable has done another thing that they inevitably do, which is get a penalty
Yep.
at the beginning of the jam. So that means that we really do have another power jam for Amiens before the half. Again, capitalizing on this momentum might be a good idea. Look at how many blockers Namur has on the track.
Yeah, and with 2 blockers.
2 blockers in the box.
Yeah.
Now the jam is over. They decided to call the jam, and guess what? That also ends the half.
Indeed.
They have 2 blockers in the box and the jammer in the box.
That will be a power. I mean, that's
a power
going to be
jam for the start of the next half.
That's going to be a lovely start to the next half.
That is going to be a crazy start to the next half.
Yes.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
All right, so you go take a break, drink some water, make sure that you interact on the stream. We would love to hear from you. I would love to read your comments. And also let us know if we're making mistakes, because we do.
Yep.
We're not perfect, as we said. So for now, I'm Dark Pistol.
And I'm Heartland.
Take care. And we're back. Hi.
Hello.
So we're back for the second half of the Parpaings against the Zinzin Infernal from Amiens. We are going to talk penalties hopefully soon. There we go. So for the Parpaings, it looks like they're doing okay. No more than 2 penalties, mostly 1, and L'Inévitable on 3. That being said, L'Inévitable is a jammer.
Yep. That is can be crucial.
Yep, absolutely. And then for the Zinzin Infernal, we're going to take a look at those penalties now. Yeah, it's Gouliet has 4 penalties, so that's a little dangerous, but not that bad.
Yes.
That being said, a lot of their skaters do have at least 1 penalty, some of them 2, and as you can see, their roster is quite small, much smaller than the Namur roster.
Yes.
So if they lose a skater to a foul out, that's going to be a bigger deal.
Yep, that will hurt. And also, yeah, there's also the fact that because you have less skaters, you can have less rest, and then you tend to make more penalties. So yeah.
Yes, this can also happen, but it should be fine, because from what I've seen, it hasn't really been a messy game. It doesn't look like people have been like going to the box a lot. That being said, what's happening with this first jam of the second half?
Gonna see.
Well, you know already. Look at the box.
Of course. We just had this starting this period with a lovely power start.
A lovely power start where Namur also has 2 blockers in the box. So that's going to be quite a power start for Amiens if they know how to take advantage of it.
Indeed. We will see if Al Pacino is able to capitalize on this.
So Al Pacino coming through. It looks like Amiens has chosen to just stay at the front for their offense and kind of be in the way. It seems to work out.
Yes.
Alpatino is lead jammer. Inevitable is still in the is just coming out of the box. They have number 4-2 Just Flem in front of them, coming out of the box at the same time. So what do you think's going to happen?
Oh, doing a lovely assist on trying to get through, but Alpatino calling it off.
Calling it off much earlier, or early enough to make sure that Inevitable does not get any points on that jam. So Amiens is starting this half 4-0.
Lovely.
Which is what they want.
Indeed.
Definitely what they want. So jam number 2, Goldilocks for Namur and Margot Fast for Amiens. Goldilocks has been a big score for Namur in this game.
We will see if that will happen again. And looks like it.
Yep, Goldilocks going inside the straightaway as they do. This has been their signature so far, so definitely working out for them. Goldilocks is one of the younger players for Namur. Actually, their mom also plays
a derby family.
roller derby. Yeah, so it's a roller derby family. But yeah, one of the younger players come up from the juniors, just a very a part of the future of roller derby, as we say.
Indeed, and it looks to be a promising future indeed.
Absolutely, I can't wait to see what they do. As you know, I'm bench coach of Team Belgium, and or maybe you didn't know.
I did not.
I'm bench coach of Team Belgium, and that's one of the things we really like to look at is like, who's going to be the new star for Team Belgium? Who are our new amazing Belgian skaters? Definitely Goldilocks would be one of those to watch.
Yep. And and a power jam for Namur. Loka getting a back block.
Loka going to the box, so that means that Hematome will be coming around as lead jammer for a power jam. Everyone is lined up, getting ready for Namur to give offense, which kind of comes in a way. It looks like there was some friendly fire there, so if you saw a low block, there was, but it was one of Hematome's colleagues. So it doesn't matter. No penalty.
Nope.
And 4 more points. So we have the Amiens jammer who is standing in the box. That means we've got one more opportunity for a score in a power jam situation before the Amiens jammer comes in. So you have Loka who is on their way back onto the track. The Namur wall that is definitely set up and ready.
Yep. Our day ever. That is...
they seem to have lost... yeah, they were holding their head. I'm like, did you lose the star? No, they still had it in their hand. But as they were coming from the box and as they had gone to the box for a penalty during their initial pass, that was still their initial pass. So no points for Amiens on that, and 8 for Namur. And especially Goldilocks being one of their high scorers, it's been really good.
And we seem to having L'Inévitable. Again, apologies for my pronunciation. And, Alpatino coming through.
Coming through for lead jammer status.
Indeed. Cover is off, and yeah, but there's no pivot for Namur, so yeah. No one to pass the star to.
Yeah, the pivot is in the box. That would be a 000 Buzz Fighter. A really cute name. Like Buzz Lightyear, so it's actually the same in spelling, but it's not the same in pronunciation. So I wonder if maybe it's not like a Francisisme. Buzz Fighter, Buzz Lightyear. Does that sound correct? I don't know. I'm not very good at speaking English with a French accent. I'm just very good at speaking French with whatever accent it is that I have, which is quite honestly undefinable at this point. I've been living in Francophone countries for 13 years. I can speak very good French, but it sounds weird. We've got Goldilocks on the track again.
Yeah, and Margot Fast. Going, fast.
Going fast, right on the tail of Goldilocks.
Indeed.
Yep. They were able to force that call off.
Yep, no, we're not having it. We're like, nope. better luck next time.
Yeah, and it was a really good job. And actually, they look really happy over there on the bench because a really good job of being able to fight their way through the Namur wall, which has been the bane of the existence of Amiens. I'm sure that Amiens on their side is just trying to see if they can't get some momentum and get things going.
I mean, the Parpaings are living up to their name. Yeah.
What does it mean?
Semicircular Parpaing stone. It's a stone that is through the entire wall's width, from the outer to the inner wall, and yeah, to increase the sturdiness. Yeah.
But also, pain is bread.
Yes.
Which is, you know, is a very Belgian thing, I will say, as somebody who lived in France for quite a while. Belgian bread is not that great. if you've lived and in the world of boulangerie tous les 200 mètres.
I wouldn't be able to.
But it looks like we do have another power jam because Hématome has gone back to the box.
Yep.
So Loka Loka is on a power jam, and Loka Loka has also earned lead jammer status.
And just completed a scoring pass.
Meanwhile, Hématome is standing. So Loka Loka has decided to call it off, therefore freezing Hématome in the box. So that means that Amiens will have another opportunity to have a power start, see if they can't pull back some of this momentum. Again, I'd like to stress, 106 to 57. You may be saying, oh, les Parpaings, they've got it. Maybe. Maybe not.
Maybe not, indeed.
Maybe not. You never know. We have 23 minutes left in this half. That's still lots of time.
Indeed.
If we were at 4 minutes, maybe it would be different. But we've got plenty of time. You never know what's going to happen.
I have seen crazier things.
So who do we have on the line?
We have Hématome and Alpatino. And Alpatino getting lead.
Quite quickly.
Oh, yeah, of course. Hématome still in the box.
Looks like Hématome has just come in from the box. Amiens is having a little bit of trouble getting themselves back into a defensive position. So that means that Hématome is able to get their initial pass. It looks like the box is asking the jammer to wait before they call it in order to free one of their blockers from the box. It's a good strategy.
No, not a pivot.
Was it a pivot?
No.
If it was a pivot, it's even more important.
Yes.
But it looks like that strategy worked out and that they won the jam, but Namur still scored 2 points.
Yes. Just not... Yeah, the penalty was just too long.
Oh, this is so cute. So I got a little bit of a feedback that Pat Patrouille, I was like, Pat Patrouille is no patrol, but they're like, no, it's Paw Patrol. Oh, that's so cool. I'm sorry, I didn't know what Paw Patrol was in French, but now I know.
And Margot Fast going faster and faster.
Yeah, and Margot is getting a lot faster leads. That's really good. L'Inévitable has had to do a fake star pass.
Yeah.
I like fake star passes. They take off that helmet panty, old school cover.
Yes.
I'm going to constantly and forever have to apologize for that. It's just me being old. So please forgive me. So L'Inévitable did a fake star pass, taking their cover off and then getting through the pack and putting it back on. Marco Fast still has control. So their lead jammer, they can decide whether they're going to call it or not. And it looks like their bench is telling them not to.
Yep. Deciding to run it.
I don't know if that's a good idea. L'Inévitable is very good, but L'Inévitable has gotten quite a few penalties. So maybe it's a good idea to do this.
But then again, Margot Fast is going...
They are going quite quickly, and they're getting quite a few points. So it looks like they've done, again, what we talked about before.
Yeah.
In the end, it's a 4-0 jam.
Yeah.
But they got those 12 points. They've raised the actual total score to 73.
Yep.
116 to 73. Even when you look at it on the scoreboard, it looks better.
Yeah, it feels...
It feels better.
Yes. But, you know, it can help to keep morale up. Which is, definitely halfway in the second period is an important thing. To keep your mental game on top.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about our sponsors because we hadn't done that before.
Indeed, we have not.
Yeah, so we have sponsors that have graciously provided either funding or some of their service for this tournament to be able to take place, and we're going to talk to you about it while we're waiting for the official review.
We have the Wallonie Infrastructure et la Région Walloon, who has awarded the grant to organize this event.
That's excellent.
I love to see it.
Yep, that's some financing for them. The city of Namur, Tabora Hall. The city of Namur was a partner in hiring the Tabora Hall, which is great. That means that we were able to have this hall because of the gracious sponsorship of the city of Namur.
And a lovely hall it is, indeed. This floor for skating.
Well, yeah.
Absolutely.
It kind of depends on who you talk to. Some people love it, some people hate it. Toxic Lady didn't like it so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no, it's quite squishy actually. So.
Well, here's the thing. I've skated on this floor before, and I will say it's got some elements to it. It's a hard floor, which means it's fast. But it's also a plasticky floor, which means it's sticky.
Yeah.
So it's fast and it's sticky.
Oh, that's weird combination.
It means it's impossible to know what kind of wheels to wear.
Yep.
Like, do I wear soft wheels? No, because then, you know, it's too sticky.
And we have the results of the official review, which will be...
So a cut penalty was requested, and unfortunately the no call stands.
Right.
It's very nice to have our alternate refs coming and giving us this information from the middle of the track.
Thank you to the officials. Could I ask you to help me with the pronunciation of this?
Oh, yes. Okay, so we also have one of our sponsors is Calias.
Calias.
It's like qualité, but Calias. So they're a bandage specialist and medical equipment hire. This is very important for roller derby. I don't know if you've noticed, but we fall a lot. And we hurt ourselves.
Oh, yes, we do. So we have now Goldilocks and Loca Loca. Goldilocks looking like they were going on the outside line, but getting hit out and recycled. Loca Loca now experiencing the same.
Well, but Goldilocks has just gotten a back block, so Goldilocks will be sitting down. Unfortunately, Loca Loca was not aware of that and took off their helmet cover.
So we have a 2-minute jam.
We definitely do.
Oh,
that hurts too, because I'm sure that Loca Loca is going to look around and realize they have a power jam. They could have been lead, but they're not lead, and oh no.
Yep.
Oh, you're going to have to fight through that wall for 2 minutes.
Yes.
I'm so sorry, babe.
That's... Yeah, I feel their pain. I have been there.
Goldilocks is coming back from the penalty box already. Now Loca Loca is going through for their scoring pass.
And just getting hit out. Bit of a recycle.
Goldilocks is coming in from the box, so has decided to take their helmet cover off because why not? It's just their initial. It's a 2-minute jam anyways.
Yes. And taking the inside line this time and succeeding.
Well, that is their favorite line.
Yep. It definitely is.
But it does look like Amiens has kind of figured out that they need to block that inside straightaway because otherwise Goldilocks is going to get through every time.
Yep, just zip on by.
Looks like we had a little bit of offense, but not quite enough. We have a forearm penalty on number 7. That is La Meule.
And on Goldilocks, I believe.
Oh, it looks like Goldilocks. No, Loca Loca.
My apologies.
It does look like Loca Loca got a penalty. You know, seeing how kind of tired they were and how they wish they had not taken their cover off so they could have stopped the jam. It makes sense. Sometimes when you get tired, you make mistakes.
Yep. And to then have to jam the next one again. 30 seconds will not be enough to recuperate for that.
To recover from that, yeah. And unfortunately, because they had taken their helmet cover off, they didn't control the jam. So they made it through first. Then for their initial, they made it through for 4 points. So they got those 4 points and they went to the box. Namur was able to score 8 points during that time.
Yep. So,
So we have Hematome on the line in a power start situation.
Indeed.
They are able to make it through as lead jammer with the full offensive power of their team behind them. We've got more time. It looks like they're going to try and take advantage of it, get as much offense as they can before Loca Loca comes in from the box. Loca Loca is already standing.
And returning.
Right, see, the floor is kind of silly because if you look at it, you can see that that Hématome fell down kind of in a silly way. You could tell it was just that the floor was being weird for them.
Nope.
So we did have Loka Loka come back on the track, and they re-entered illegally. So an illegal re-entry means that they came in a way that they were not supposed to. I just know what the penalty was. I didn't see it. So
Indeed.
they're sitting back in the box again.
So yes, another power jam situation for Hématome to capitalize upon, which succeeds nicely.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said that it was an illegal re-entry, but it was showing the EPBT was actually, or EPLT was actually showing a cut. But I think that is because when they were coming back from the box, they didn't come back behind everyone. They came back in front of two skaters maybe of their own team instead of only one. So
That will do it.
yeah,
I mean,
but they are back now.
It is a re-entry, which is illegal. So
It is
you
an
were not
illegal
wrong.
re-entry, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I gleaned from context. I'm like, they came back from the box and then went directly back to the box. That's usually what it is.
Yep.
But yes, technically that is a cut penalty. All right, so number 642 from Namur does call the jam off after scoring. I believe that's going to be 14 points, if I'm not mistaken, and there's 2 points for Namur.
I do believe that. Yeah, indeed.
Like I said, I know what I'm talking about, but I have to pretend like I don't, just in case I make mistakes.
I mean, it's sometimes difficult to see whether or not you are hedging. Or
Because of the confidence with which I speak.
Indeed. Sometimes it's, you're hedging. Sometimes you are indeed, giving me an opening for to fill in if I know the deeds.
If you know what's going on.
Yes.
Which is hard to know what's going on.
Sometimes, it is a very chaotic game, and a lot is happening. I would like to finish the sponsor read. You also have Xavier. Sorry, can I ask?
Xavier, Gilet, SRL.
SRL.
SRL is like a LLC or something.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Again, my pronunciation.
It's
Fortunately,
okay.
the rest of it is in English.
Is in English.
Yeah, it's a very fine professional in plumbing, ventilation, and heating, who has also graciously sponsored this event.
That's excellent. And I do want to remind you one more time that Roller Derby Stream is or Derby live stream is the provider of today's live stream, is doing all of the production, all of the camera work, all of the sounds. They even made that funny little song that you can hear during the intermissions. That I hate. I'm sorry. I don't like it, but that's just because it's so catchy. It sticks in your head and then you can't get it out.
Okay. I've managed to avoid it a bit, but yeah. I will.
When you rewatch the stream, because you have to rewatch the stream to give yourself feedback on the announcing that you're doing. I understand that this is your first time announcing a live stream.
It's going to be so
morning?
awkward to hear. Yes, indeed it is. It's going to be so awkward to hear my voice. My own voice back to me. Yeah.
It's the worst part of it is hearing your own voice.
I can imagine. I'm not
but you got to get
that.
past it.
Yep.
And just think about, like, what did I say?
Indeed.
All right. It looks like our little bit of an official timeout is over.
Yes.
Who do we have on the track?
A classic L'Inévitable and El Patino. We've seen a lot of matchups with those.
Yeah,
two.
it definitely
And
seems
this
to be
time,
regular.
L'Inévitable coming out on top.
Yep, L'Inévitable is lead jammer, and Al Patino is having some trouble.
Indeed.
So stupid.
Yep. Oof.
Oh, that was an excellent hit from number 5-6, Belzébuth.
Yeah, that was.
Belzébuth is the captain for the Parpaings. Oh, and that was just a dive through by L'Inévitable. They were able to get their points, so I can't fault them, and they didn't hurt anybody while doing it, except for maybe themselves. So l'inévitable is coming around for yet another scoring pass. There have already been 2. We're looking at number 3. That being said, Alpatino had just gotten out for their initial pass, and then
A penalty.
yeah, a penalty.
Oof.
Poor thing, and it looks
Indeed.
like it's a back block. If I can, if I'm interpreting Mikko correctly.
Does look like.
Mikko is one of our superstar officials. All of our officials are superstars.
Indeed.
I would like to apologize, but I, in particular, am a fan of Mikko.
That is. I mean, yes, it's hard to not like officials.
Mikko
Listen.
is on the WFTDA officials board. Was just recently elected. Homegrown Belgian official, Namur official. Definitely one of the good ones. And that I'm just a super fan of, as you can tell.
Yes.
Alpatino has now gotten out of the box and has tried to spin their way back through with the helmet cover in hand. And wasn't able to do it, and that would have been their initial pass, huh?
Yeah, Sorry, yeah, I apologize for leaving so much dead air for you to fill, because I'm slightly overwhelmed by what is all happening on track.
Well, what happened on track is Inévitable scored 21 points.
Yes, that was off.
You'll excuse me for talking about other things, but it was just like Inévitable was going around and around and around, right?
Indeed, that was just, all right, that's just this jam we're going to have.
Just too easy for them.
Yeah. Oh, and a bit of a jammer duel.
Oh, nice. Jammer on jammer action. Everybody loves that.
Yep.
Yeah, jammers don't normally hit each other, but when they do, it's always a fun thing to watch.
And Margot fast going faster and faster and faster.
That was an excellent pass through the inside middle. Again, they've got a huge smile on their face as they're going through.
Indeed.
Spinning around the outside, spinning around the inside, scoring all 4 points.
Making it look so effortless.
And now they're trying to call it off. I love how they're looking at their bench like, do I call it or not? I want to call it, but I don't know if I should call it. Okay, this is fun. So I'm gonna definitely like get some heat for this. But I just now looked over at the Amiens bench, and I just saw that it is one of my best friends, Corentin, over there, Willy.
And there goes your impartiality.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's one of my best friends from when I lived in Paris. I actually went to visit him in Amiens often, and that's how I know about the city and about some of the skaters. And he is the bench coach, but I am going to give him a bit of a hard time because apparently his jammers need him to tell when to call the jam more. They need more clear information. Tell them yes or no.
Yes, we will see if Loca Loca will receive that information, as Loca Loca has just gained lead.
Loca Loca is lead, while number 642 is Hematome is coming out for a their initial pass. So now they're coming in for the scoring. And Willy is saying to keep going because there are people in the box. So, all right. Willy, you're doing a little bit better than you did on the last jam where your jammer was asking you for more information. Il va me tuer. Il va vraiment pas être content du fait que je suis en train de parler de son style de coaching. Non, c'est pas vrai. Je l'adore. Je vous adore tous. C'est juste, on s'amuse en se blaguant. So it looks like Hematome has gotten around for their own scoring pass, while Loca Loca is able to get out for their second scoring pass.
Indeed.
We have an 8-8 on that, so that's a 0-0 jam. Those
indeed.
are two big old goose eggs, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, effectively, yes. But at least an empty box for Amiens.
That's true, and that's exactly what Wheelie wanted. So you know that's a good thing. But yeah, so you have a goose egg on that, but. Again, like we talked about before, sometimes it's about perception. Look, they're at 91 points.
Indeed.
Maybe they want to hit that century mark.
Yeah, that is triple digits is a
That could be their goal for this game right now.
Indeed.
And so I shouldn't be trying to take that away from them. Like, it doesn't matter if you have a goal. Okay, my goal right now is to get 100 points. Then that's what you do.
Yep.
Ooh, look at 4577. That was an excellent hit to the inside, making Inévitable not Inévitable anymore.
Yes.
That was Pacu, one of the few people who filled out my form. So I'm going to talk about them over and over because
Rightfully so.
they deserve it.
Yep. not only for filling out your form, but also doing some excellent defense.
Doing some excellent defense and really staying stuck to that jammer on the inside line. We know that Inevitable is really hard to block and usually gets out on that inside line. But now Inevitable has had to do the Inevitable, which is when they have to star pass. So they star passed, but because our dear jammer, wait, which jammer is this? They're Marco Fest, yes?
Yes.
All right, so because Marco Fest had the lead, was in control, they were able to call it off, and now we have that 4-0 jam that I like.
Yes, that, the beaut.
Yep, that's what I like.
And we are indeed slowly approaching triple digits for Amiens. We'll see if El Patino is able to facilitate that. Or maybe we'll have to wait another jump.
Well, let's see. Are they able to?
Ooh, that
it does look like it. It looks like El Patino is definitely lead.
It's definitely lead, but with Goldilocks right on, well, in front, under heels, it is
in front,
what?
Then behind, then next to them.
And
then
a
what's going to happen?
fast pack. What do we do?
What is going to happen? Oh, they're going to call it before anybody gets any points.
I mean, that is fair.
But I was on the edge of my seat. I was on tenterhooks. I was like, what's going to happen?
Yep.
We still have 8 minutes 30 left in the game. All right, so we still have time for lots of things to happen.
Indeed.
So definitely keep your eyes peeled. Stay glued to your screen. Continue to listen to us give a recount somewhat vaguely of what is going on in the track. We do have Hematome and Loca Loca who are jamming Loca Loca, trying to sneak up that inside line. Meanwhile, 2-4 Aline and Queen, well, I'm just going to call her Queen, are doing excellent defense, especially together. They're staying together. They're hitting her out, hitting them out into the inside. And you know what? Loca Loca still with a smile, even though they got completely flattened.
Yeah. I mean, it can be invigorating getting knocked down like that.
That's right. It gives you energy. It wakes you up.
A certain type of energy, because it can also be so incredibly tiring, which I think we are seeing right now.
Yeah, I definitely think that it's draining some of the energy. Meanwhile, Hematome has no needs, because Hematome is going through the pack with no problems. Whenever they need a bit of offense, they've got it. Number 18, I'm just going to call her Queen, is able to do the job, which is very nice. And then, yeah, and it seems to be working. I mean, it does seem like Hematome may be a little winded from doing so many laps, but but the offense is definitely something that, you know, is helping. Number 16 doing a really good job. That's Spady. Doing a really good job of recycling Loca Loca, who does seem to be a bit sick of it. Yeah,
it's a good tactic to wear a jammer down. Just hit out, recycle, and then just slowly grind away at their energy.
Yeah, their energy, whether that be physical or mental. Yeah, so you've got to remember a lot of this is a mental game.
Indeed it is.
Yeah, so you really have to keep yourself sharp and not get discouraged. Again, that was a really nice offense on that 2-wall by number 5-6. Belzebut has been doing a great job switching offense, defense, offense, defense. I'm thinking that's probably why they're captain of the Parpaings, because they take care of so much of what's going on.
I don't doubt it.
So we've got 182 to Namur and 95 to Amiens, the Zinzin Infernal. And so we are going to be seeing what happens. I mean, it could go either way, but I don't think so, especially with Inevitable doing their signature move of running up the inside with an excellent offense from, I believe that was number 4-2 that did that great offense on the inside. They just open it up like it's a door.
Yeah,
and
then it pops.
Yeah, Inevitable just popped straight through. So Inevitable was able to get through 4 lead jam. We've got Marco Fast coming around to score points and was able to do that with a nice little apex hop. And I think they got 2. I would have given them more, but
3.
I'm not jam reffing. It is 3. Okay, it's
4.
4. Oh, I was correct.
That is
99 points to 186. We're very excited, because
Indeed we
they're
are.
almost at the 100 mark.
Yes.
Almost at the 100 mark. Let's go, Amiens.
Yeah, in a total impartial way, of course.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're just excited about
Yes.
Derby.
Yes, and yeah, as we said, triple digits. That's for morale. That's a high milestone. So yeah, we love to see it.
It can be a part of the goal that you have during a game. It doesn't necessarily have to be about winning.
Yes.
Sometimes it's about, I want to score this much, or I want to do a jam like this, or I want to execute this strategy or that strategy. So
Indeed. And especially if you're up and against a strong opponent, you can actually, put into practice some of the things you have been training on your own, and then see if it actually works, and then be like, yes, this works, and we should continue practicing this, or maybe let's rethink this a bit.
yeah,
A nice trial by fire.
exactly.
will.
A nice trial by fire. I love it. And Amiens is doing a really good job. I kind of said this in the last game, because I think between Helsinki and Dublin, when you saw some of the score differentials, you thought maybe that like Helsinki was just rolling over them. Obviously, when you see the score at the end of the game, and when you see the whole game, it was a fight.
Yes.
This is the same thing. Like, it's not Namur just rolling over Amiens at all. Amiens is definitely fighting.
Yes.
And so Namur has to fight for all of the points that they get. And you can tell they're getting tired.
Yes, and so every single one of those 186 points is well deserved.
Yeah,
and
because they're
hard fought.
definitely fighting for it. Exactly.
Let's see, who do we have? And Goldilocks and Albertino again. And let's see, good exploring of the lines. Goldilocks trying the inside.
Oh, that was
as usual.
really sweet. So what we had is we had a nice little push and pull where you have a blocker actually push the other blocker to hit the jammer out and then recycle behind them. The jammer didn't see it and they go to the box.
Brilliant. I should not clap my hands in enthusiasm, but
No,
that
but
is a lovely move.
It's a lovely move.
Yeah.
Because you use somebody else to hit the jammer out and then you go back and they don't see it. So that means that Amiens was able to pull the lead jam. They were able to get their points,
but we have triple digits.
They passed the century mark, y'all. 103 for Amiens, 186 for Namur, 3 minutes and 58 seconds left.
Yeah.
So, and that is a milestone.
Indeed.
It's huge.
So good job, Albertino.
Good job, Albertino, and good job to your line. I really have to say, good job to this Amiens team.
Indeed, because we sometimes forget jammers maybe get all the focus, but
that move that they did was great, and they knew what they were doing.
Yep.
So they really need to be celebrated for that. And they're on a very short roster. We have skaters that are on the track right now that were on the track in the last jam that will be on the track in the next jam.
Yep.
Never underestimate the fight and the warriors that are on this track, jam after jam after jam. Right now you've got Margot Fast, who has been able to get lead jammer. Goldilocks came through, did a fake star stash, and then Margot Fast was able to come through for a scoring pass. I could hear Wheelie yelling to call, so I know that there was definitely some information being transmitted.
Excellent.
No more hate. No more hate at all.
Yep. Just love. Yep.
Just love. Only love. And because of that, Margot Fest was able to quickly call it off and get 2 points. So it's 2-0.
Indeed. Just so closely deny. Oh, hold on.
Oh, no. It does look like 3 points were awarded to Namur.
Oof.
And there's an official timeout. I don't know what the official timeout is, because it's definitely not to ask that jam timer whether those points are valid. And to tell you the truth, I have no idea, because I wasn't looking at it. So, I mean, I really don't. Sometimes I am looking at it and I know, but I really don't. I really don't know. So, but we'll have to see after this official timeout. Yeah, it does look like that the official timeout was taken because Micro, again, the superstar official that I absolutely love, after discussion was able to figure out that actually their jammer had a penalty. It was a cut. And so that means that Margot Fest will be going to the penalty box. So Margot to the box.
Shame. And a point taken off, it seems.
it seems that a point was taken off. That's probably because it was a point that was awarded after they had committed the penalty.
Indeed.
So it had to be removed.
Yes. So we have a lovely power start for
Namur.
Hematome. Yeah. What?
You know what a hematome is, right?
Something medical.
It's a bruise.
Ah.
Guess
gotcha.
what we have lots of in Derby?
Indeed.
Bruises.
Yeah, I'm apparently not all that up on my medical knowledge.
Oh, you don't watch enough Grey's Anatomy.
Apparently so.
There's a new show called The Pit also I highly recommend. It looks like Hematome, without getting any bruises, is pushing their way out through the inside, is finally, after 30 seconds, a full 30 seconds, able to get lead in that power jam.
That is some impressive defense. Yes. To be able to hold a jammer for 30 seconds with the full offense on you.
Especially as they, you know, a lot of those skaters have been on the track for 2 jams or more. I want to emphasize this. It's very tiring and it's very hard.
Yep.
But they did do a star pass, and now we have Amiens Pivot, who has now taken the star.
Yeah.
I would also like to note again that Amiens Pivot was on the track for the jam before and the jam before. That is 9042. And you know what? Because I don't have my papers aren't correct. I do not know who that was. Oh yeah, it's Apocalypse.
Yes.
Apocalypse. So good job, Apocalypse. You must be so tired because not only did you take the start, you got through, and you got all the way back around and forced them to call the jam because they were afraid that you were going to score.
Yep. That.
Even though you had been on the track for 5 minutes straight.
I mean, that is impressive.
All right, we have 52 seconds left in the game.
Oof.
Yeah, so 52 seconds left in the game, 193 to 104.
Yep.
Who do we have on the track?
I always flop that. L'Inévitable and Alpatino.
Our favorite adversaries.
Indeed.
Ooh, a nice little push.
And a back block for Alpatino. Not so nice little push.
Not a nice little. That's the push you're not allowed to do.
Indeed.
So L'Inévitable will be coming around for a power jam in what maybe, and I don't want to jump the gun, but it's pretty certain that it's going to be the last jam of this game.
Yep. I mean, it's quite possible.
3 seconds left in the period, and now 1 second left in the period. Inévitable does have control. They are lead. So we have to see what they do. It depends on if they want to call it or if they don't want to call it. You do have Alpatino back on the track, so Alpatino is back in.
Yeah.
They make it through.
Right behind them.
Ooh, they're getting in front of them because Inévitable is quite tired.
Out.
And so they decide to call it, and that's it.
Rightfully so. That was...
Just always make sure at the end of the game, we always got to watch. Oh, the first thing I want to say is that was the cutest thing I've ever seen officials do. The 3 outside pack refs all got together and they did a little thing like this. They did like this. They went, It was adorable.
Love it.
And we have to come up with something for tomorrow.
Yes.
We have to come up with like our own handshake or something at the end where we're just like congratulate ourselves for doing really well.
Pat ourselves on the shoulder.
Right. Well, but something like with more pizzazz, because that was really cute.
Yeah.
All right. So our unofficial score is 197 for Namur and 104 for the Zinzin Infernal of Amiens. And oh, that's so cute. So I've finally gotten some comments. That's very nice. I'm gonna go tell Inès. Je vais dire à Margot qu'elle est belle même en boxe. Parce que c'est très gentil et qu'elle était en boxe quelques fois. Et ça lui fera du bien d'entendre des petits commentaires de ta part. So this was a great game. It really was.
Yes.
Congratulations to Amiens for getting more than 100 points because I believe that is probably what they were fighting for.
Indeed. And well deserved because
Yeah, but congratulations also to the Parpaings because they showed a lot of dominance, excellent jammers, excellent defense, and excellent hosts.
Yeah. Indeed.
I-
I almost forgot. We are indeed.
we are in Namur, and they are our hosts, so we have to make sure we congratulate them.
Yes, indeed.
All right, so we're going to see you for game number 4 in about 30 minutes. It's going to be an exciting game, Namur A against Dublin.
Dublin.
This is going to be a really good game.
Oh,
Don't
I
miss it. Stay tuned.
So excited for that
I am
one.
not going to be announcing it, so I'm going to be watching, and I'm going to be screaming my lungs out.
Indeed.
Thank you very much. I've been Dark Pistol.
And I've been Hard Limit.